We're off to Button Moon, and we follow Mr. Spoon, Button Moon. I might follow Mr. Spoon out to make me on. Use me on spoon. Where were you?
Okay. Well, you know where we are.
Yeah, no, but you don't let me in the kitchen. Say, one of them days today. It's been snowing. It's been horrible, and I woke up in a right mood. And it's just not been good, boys and girls, and it got progressively worse.
Why is that?
Well, it just has.
Oh dear.
So let us find out, because I'm going to put some figures in, because Morningstar battled me senseless the last 2 days, and I'll show you some figures because it's the end of the month. And a warm welcome to one and all. For those of you who are here for the first time, looking at me coming in here, thinking what on earth is going on? Well, this is real life, boys and girls. And what you see is what you get. I am the Scruffy trader. No shock looking at me and my bald head and my fantastic sort of clothing appearance. Talking of clothing, look at that. New jumper. The logo's on. I wasn't pointing at that. Well, I was actually.
You're sitting there imagining that with a big smile on your face, you dirty fecker.
But that was something else actually. How's your day been?
I've had a good day actually. Everything's gone to plan.
Yeah, right. That's Wonder Wink, and I'm wondering how the hell she managed that. How on earth did you manage that?
I did everything you told us.
Oh, so it was my plan. That's all right. Say, if you like mayhem and you want to see trading in the real world, do click the subscribe button. And if you want to see some more, go in the description. You'll see my link to Twitter, which is where the updates are put. And I'll show you what I'm up to. If you've followed any of the videos, you'll see I've been doing a series called Morningstar. Now, it's had its moments, and the last 2 days was definitely one of them. But it's a case of where you hold your nerve and you stick to your guns to a degree, because I'm an advocate of a wide stop and I stage into the stop. But when I'm doing this, I still have to put the stop in the same place and target accordingly, etc., as if it's a staged trade. I still have to follow those rules. Why? Because it'd be chaos if I don't. And I got clobbered yesterday, well and truly. And when I say clobbered, it just meant I had to sit through it, and it was hard work. And I'm kind of used to it to a degree. I mean, if you see one of the videos the other day, Wing got to sit through a trade for 3 days, but she's kind of swing trading is what she's doing, and she had a borderline meltdown. It was unbelievable, because it was up, it was down, and it was underwater, and
No way!
Living with is a nightmare at the best of times, but then was even worse, you know. But then when it went into profit and she was making money, it was like Christmas all at once. It really was, you know. I was going to say a dirty joke there.
Who'd be stupid enough to do that?
Justify, stupid.
Anyway, sorry. As I'm talking about Morningstar and the emotional roller coaster, it's very difficult because it's small, and I think a lot of people miss that, and sometimes I forget it as well, and it's why it's nice for me to revisit these things. And what I'm trying to do is kind of show you how an account is built, because if you think you're going to have 200 quid the first of the month and $1 million at the end of the month, you're literally in la la land.
You know, you're a classic example of the inverse ratio between the size of the mouth and the size of the brain.
It doesn't work like that. I've done this a long time. I know what I'm doing. And all right, I've grown the account 22% over the course of this month. I haven't lost a trade, but I've had some hard trades. And collectively, they've made a reasonable amount of money. Now, I'm going to withdraw some of that today. because that's what you should do. You should actually be paid for your work. So I'm going to show you one of my 5%er accounts, just so you can see what happens when you do get a good kick in the bollocks. Because the war came and caught me off guard, and I had to take a bit of a punch, but the profits are still there, my win rate's still there, and my profit factor's still there, because it's all part of a bigger plan. So I'll show you that, and then I'm going to go on to the morning start. I'm going to fill in what I've done today, which is dismal. I have made up for it in other ways, because I've traded my wages. The guys in the Discord know exactly, and if you want to kind of see the run of what was happening today, go down into the Telegram I set up for you guys. There's a link in the description. There's no sellers allowed in there. If you're going in as a freeloader looking for signals, you'll get kicked out as well.
I will now remove the second stool.
Bring on the dancing girls. Get rid of this idiot. Fuck you. Off.
Because I've got no time for that. It's just a safe place for you to chat. But what I did was a running commentary today of what was going on from 6 o'clock this morning. So you can kind of get a gauge of what I get up to. Hope that kind of helps. Anyway, enough rambling on. Let's see these trades. This is the spreadsheet I use. I'm actually going to swap this tomorrow into a tax year one, because I work from kind of April to April, whereas I did this January through December. Why am I doing that? It's just because I'm going to carry it on. I was only going to do it for a month or two, but I'm just going to carry it forward. Okay, so let me start with showing you the 5%ers, which is yes, I do have silly little ringtones on my phone because I'm a child. Right, 5%ers. If you haven't seen the 5%ers, they are a prop fund that will put the money up for you to go to market. It's a small barrier to go to, well, a bigger fund, I guess, is the easiest way, because these will fund you up to 4 million, and you can start for as little as 50 euros. If you're interested, there's a link in the description again with 5% off. I've got a number of these accounts and they all pay me quite well. And I recently showed you the transactions with Deal so you could see it in a bank account. Well, in fact, I'll show you that as well. Here.
Are you serious?
Let me just pull this down a second. This is a Deal account. It is live. View all of that, because there's a few people complaining that they don't think prop firms pay you. Well, paid, 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 paid. Do you want me to go on? Basically, there's lots of payments, and it's all from this. So for all, I took a good colossal kick, which you can kind of see up here. The war came, down it plopped. I got caught on the wrong side of a number of trades, and it hit me hard, but it didn't kill the account. That is the key element here. It didn't kill it, and I built it back up. We've got the equity, and my profits are back in. There's over 600 trades at 89% hit rate. So I'll go back to something I was talking about the other day about win rates. When you see all of these saying 4 out of 10 and you make a fortune, it's absolute bollocks.
Oh, you can smell the shit from 5 miles away.
Right? If you're doing less than 50%, you are gambling, you are not trading. That is a numbers game, and the only game that plays with numbers is the lottery, and that's where you're going to win your money. If you're trading, you need to be 50 and above, because then at least the edge is on your side. You go to a casino, they have an edge, and it's a lot higher than 50%. You do the math. Anyway, so that was that. Almost got on one there. It's just because somebody was kicking it into me, and well, I can give as good as I get at times. Anyway, right, so there we go. So I've had some losses since this started, but my profits are coming up. My profit factor is there, and I am currently sitting with no trades for the end of this month. So I'm happy. This is moving forward, and as you've just seen, it pays me constantly. Okay. So what else am I looking at? Well, I'm looking at this. All right. Now I got into a trade yesterday that was horrid. I was actually right with the direction eventually, but I had to sit and wait it out. And
if you can't take a little bloody nose, maybe you ought to go back home and crawl under your bed.
Can't get it right all the time, guys, but you can manage your way out of it every time. Sometimes when it's wrong, you just kill it, or you get out at a small loss or scratch, and that's kind of what happened today. So let's have a look, see where we're at. Actually, where are we? There we are. So this is my Morningstar account. Today we did the Priestley sum of £1.19.
I did more than that.
What?
I did, look.
Oh God, I'm never going to hear the end of this now, am I?
That's the first, isn't it?
Yes, boys and girls, I'll hold me hand up. There we go. Wonder Wink beats Scruffy. She's the better trader.
I wouldn't go that far at all.
I would. She's better than me. She really is better than me. Do you know why? She's a lot more disciplined than I am. Apart from when it goes into a negative and then she kicks off. Actually, you've done well. You have. And how have you done well? Why is that?
Well, I put my position on and then I just left it like you said.
Bingo. That's the one. She left it. She didn't fiddle with it. She let the candle close. Well done. I'm proud of you. And later on, when you put that bikini on, I'll be really proud. Go on. It's a little in joke. If you want to see the bikini, this might give you a clue. Better still, that will.
Hello.
See, I'm trying to cheer myself up because I didn't go to bed till nearly 5 o'clock this morning because of dickheads.
Oh, make it stop.
Well, there we go. Sorry. When you get old, you're allowed to have a grumble. And
You
when
always having a grumble.
I like a grumble.
Your middle name.
Is it?
You always grumbling every day.
That's all right. Got me coffee, calms me down. Maybe I drink too much coffee. Maybe I'm hyper. I don't know. Who knows? Who cares? What am I doing? Lost me thread. Right. Forex. You wouldn't think I do this for a living, would you? I get wrong all the time because I arse about. I get wrong all the time because I tell dirty jokes. I get wrong all the time because I'm a bit of an oaf. I couldn't care less. I am what I am. But I'm good at my job. And I like to think that I can kind of inspire you as well. Just so that you know that it can be done. I don't sell courses and I don't sell signals. So there's no ulterior motive. And if you want to join the Scruffy squad, it's all come and go, and it helps a good cause as well. So again, it's a hard thing to talk about. I want it to grow, and I want the YouTube channel to grow, but I'm a trader first and foremost. This is a hobby, and I'm a trader for one reason: pays my salary, and I'm only here to earn a living so Wink and I can have a good life. And then off the back of that good life, it makes our kids have a good life as well. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? Find out. And £1.19, not exactly going to burst the bank, am I? Or am I? Well, let me put this into perspective and we'll find out. So it's £1.19, which is going into the sheet. But it's not quite £1.19. Why do you think that is? Well, let me tell you. Sometimes when you hold a position, the interest that you paid or pay for a swap overnight can actually be in your favor. And that's what's kind of happened last night. So let me show you if I come into this, because I'm going to draw some money out of this, and we come in, as you can see, this is my Morningstar account. It is live. We drop it back. So last 30 days or so. There's the deal tickets, and you can see there's quite a few of them. And if you follow the videos, they'll kind of tell you. But let me just pull back a second. You'll see there's an interest of 40p, and that's because it ran over. So if I go back to my spreadsheet a second, that actually increased by 40p for the day. Okay. Which is there. Oh, sorry. Just drop that in so that it's correct. There we are. So you can see it's now 431.36. Fabulous. Go back to here. 431.36. Result. So what am I going to do? I said I was going to withdraw some money from this. You need to be paid for your time. And it doesn't matter if it's a tenner, 100, 1,000, 100,000. You still need to be paid for what you've done. And if I leave all of the money inside this account, I could lose it in the next month. So I want some payback for that. So kind of the way I do it, and this is how I run my wage account as well, is I'm going to go back to the sheet and just a little mark in here, and that equals the profit I've made divided by 2 is 40.68. Basically, it's half of that. So I'm going to round that off, and I'm going to take £40 out. Now, I know it doesn't sound a lot, but it just means that the work that I've put in has had a reward. And that reward will enable me to do it again next month because I'm inspired by it. But not only that, for all I am going to take £40 out, which I'm going to put in here, I'll be starting the new month with a bigger balance than I started with this month. So my account is growing. So I'm getting paid and my account is growing as well. So let me go back and I'll show you that coming out of the account. So if I go withdraw funds, we'll take it to a bank account, 40 quid, boom, that's it. Withdrawal successful. And that's me done. So now what I need to do is, I said I was going to set up a new sheet. So let's have a look, see what's happened with this one. So you can see there, it's all worked. There's my gross, etc. Nice equity curve. March did that. But we're going to be starting a new month with this. Okay. So let me just pull that out the way. And I'll pull up a new sheet. This one. So, and as you can see, this one goes from April to March. These are the sheets that I use all the time. They're very handy journals, to be honest. And I swear by them. So we'll be starting this one with 39136. Just there. And we're ready to rock for first tomorrow. I'm going to take tomorrow off. I'll start fresh on Monday. So that was that. So we set up. That goes onto there. Pre-populates. I'm still at 79p because I had a bit of a, well, let's just say it wasn't that good. And away we go. So happy days. And I've just had confirmation come through from IG. Just move that down and you'll see, there you go, all done. quest. So happy days, happy days, happy days. I can't make it any more transparent than what you're seeing. I genuinely can't. And if you're stuck, what I would suggest is two steps back and think about where you want to be first, and then break it down into little chunks, and then try and achieve those little chunks in reasonable time periods. So if you want £10,000 and you've got an account big enough, try and do £1,000 a month rather than trying to do 10,000 in a week, and then just build up till you hit your target. And you'll find trading is a lot easier that way. And it's kind of how I built my accounts up over the years. I don't swing for the fences. I've done it in the past and it never ends well. I just systematically work my way through it. And then when I get to the end of every month, a little bit like what you've just seen here, I'll take out what I need and I'll leave a bigger chunk in the account. And then when I go to market the next month, I start the process again. And then each month, it's one step further forward. So I hope that makes sense. I genuinely do. And I wish you well with your journey. And I'll try and keep inspiring you with mine. I'm going to enjoy the coffee, because we all know Scruffy likes it coffee. And as always, do what you love, and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.